Hello everyone, welcome to Maximum Zen Yoga. Today we will be flowing through a gentle heart opening practice, which is beneficial on multiple levels, such as opening up the chest and the layers of tissue, bone, and muscle. It's also beneficial on an emotional and energetic level, helping us to feel love and compassion, acceptance, and even gratitude. So whenever you're ready, coming to a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to wherever's comfortable. I invite you to close your eyes. Start to bring all of your awareness to the center of your chest and your heart chakra. The heart is known as the most powerful center. It's also called the seat of the soul. So when you're ready, take one hand and place it on your heart, placing your other hand over top. And noticing any sensations that you feel at your heart center. Feeling the warmth and the pulse. Allowing yourself to be fully present with your body. And then releasing hands, bringing them into prayer. Gently pressing the palms together. I invite you now to set an intention for this class. Whether you'd like to feel more love and acceptance, or gratitude or compassion. Sitting with this intention, feeling it in your heart, and bowing your forehead if that feels good. As you bow your forehead forward, feel the stretch down the back of the neck. And gently release the palms. Allow the head to hang heavy. Bring the chin all the way to the chest if that's available to you. And slowly lifting up the gaze. Bring the arms wide as you inhale, float your arms all the way to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands down through heart center. Again, inhale, reach up and look up, lifting your heart towards the sky. As you exhale, allow your gaze to follow your hands as they move down through heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up towards the sky, lift your heart. Exhale, release hands down through heart center. Coming back to a neutral seated position, we'll start to move into a seated forward fold. So taking a full deep breath with a long spine, as you exhale, start to fold forward, walking your hands forward. Maybe you can allow your forehead to rest all the way onto the floor or on stacked fists or even a block. And slowly pushing yourself back up to center. We'll come into our tabletop position, placing shoulders above wrists and hips above the knees. Finding a long spine, tuck your toes under, engage the core and lift the knees a couple inches away from the mat, then lowering back down. Again, lift the knees and lower them back down. lifting the knees just to a hover and lowering them back down. Now moving through cat-cow, inhale as you drop the belly, lift the gaze, pull the heart forward. Exhale as you round through the spine, tucking the chin and the tailbone. Inhale to drop the belly, and exhale to round through the spine, lift up through the shoulder blades. Just warming up the spine here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and pull your heart forward. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. When that's complete, come back to a neutral spine, do a little wiggle if that feels good. Then let's move into a wide-legged, extended child's pose, bringing the knees as wide as the mat, send the hips back, walk the hands forward. Allow your forehead to rest all the way down onto the mat. And start to release tension in the hips and the shoulders. Gently retracting your shoulder blades and feeling length through the side body. Sending the breath into the heart as you surrender in your child's pose. On your next inhale, come forward to tabletop. Tuck the back toes under. And then we'll walk the hands forward, lowering your heart all the way down onto the mat, coming into puppy dog pose. So you can have the back toes tucked or untucked, whatever is more comfortable for you. Start to allow your sternum to sink towards the earth. Coming back up to tabletop position. And we'll walk the hands a couple inches forward and lower all the way down. Moving into Sphinx pose, come up onto your forearms. Start to pull your heart forward, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Pull the shoulder blades together and shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel your heart opening as you pull your heart forward and lift it towards the sky as much as you can. Keep the back of the neck long. Gaze is forward. And breathing deeply into your heart. When that feels complete, lowering down, bring the hands underneath the shoulders and inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale, push through tabletop, all the way back into child's pose. And we'll move a couple rounds, flowing with the breath. Inhale, come forward through tabletop and lower down. Lift up into baby cobra. And then push all the way back into child's pose. And again, come forward, lowering down, lifting the heart into baby cobra. From here, start to release your cobra, push up through tabletop. Then we'll make our way into downward facing dog, tucking the back toes under. Start to lift your hips towards the sky. You can bend one knee at a time, walking out the dog if that feels good. And setting an intention here to find length through the spine and reach your heart towards the earth. Look forward and step the right foot forward. Drop your left knee to the mat and untuck your toes. We'll come into a twist here. Plant your left hand on the mat and reach your right hand towards the sky. Twisting over to the right. And allow yourself to feel the space in the right chest area. And then release. And we'll come into a second set. This time bring hands into prayer and twist over to the right, bringing your left elbow, if it's available to you, to the outer edge of the right knee. Bring the gaze up towards the sky. And if you'd like to come deeper, opening up the arms. And this is a beautiful twist, wonderful for the internal organs. Release the hands back to prayer, bringing them down to the mat, and then we'll step back into downward facing dog. Reach your heart towards the earth. Let's move into the other side. Look forward, step the left foot forward, drop your right knee to the mat and untuck your toes. Plant your right hand down onto the mat. Reach the left arm all the way up towards the sky, bringing the gaze up towards the hand. Feel the opening and space created in the left chest area. And then releasing the left hand, coming into our second set. Bring hands to heart center, twisting over to the left, trying to bring the right elbow to the outside of the knee, or wherever you can reach. An option to open up the arms if that's available to you. Bring hands back together and release them to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Take a pause here, reaching your heart towards the earth. Find length through the spine. And slowly start to come forward. Drop the knees to the mat and lower down. Take an inhale as you lift your heart into baby cobra. And lower down. Inhale into baby cobra, pulling the shoulder blades together and lowering down. Inhale into baby cobra, lift the heart. Exhale as you lower down. Push all the way up into a comfortable seated position. So I'm sitting down onto my heels. Bring hands to heart center. Close your eyes and bring all of your attention back to the intention you set at the beginning of practice. And we'll bring hands down behind the low back, interlacing the fingers. Start to lift your heart towards the sky as you press your hands towards the earth, creating space in the chest. And then folding forward, release your forehead onto the mat. And if it's okay on your shoulders, start to lift your hands away from the back and up towards the sky. Keep reaching your hands towards the sky. Slowly release your hands down to your back and sit up nice and tall. Again, one more time, lifting your heart towards the sky. Look up, feel the opening in the heart. And gently come back to a neutral spine, release the hands. Come all the way back down onto our bellies. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Bring the hands down beside the body, palms facing down. Start to lift your hands, lift your heart, and lifting your legs. Try to lift your thighs away from the mat. Actively press back through the fingertips as you lift your heart higher. Feel the muscles along the spine waking up. With your next exhale, release to the mat. Bending both the knees, reach back with your hands and grab onto your ankles. Keep your knees at hip width distance and start to press your feet away from you as you lift your heart up towards the sky. Keep kicking the feet and lifting the heart. Feel the opening in the heart chakra. Lifting the gaze gently towards the sky. With your next exhale, lowering down, release the ankles. We'll push up through tabletop position and release into child's pose. Breathing consciously, sending the breath in between each and every vertebrae of the spine. Whenever you feel ready, come forward through tabletop. Lift the hips into downward facing dog. Reach your heart towards the earth, and on your next inhale, come forward to high plank. Slowly lowering all the way down through chaturanga. And as you inhale, lift up into upward facing dog. Squeeze the glutes, lift the thighs away from the mat. And on your exhale, move into downward facing dog. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, come forward to high plank. Use core strength to lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, lifting into upward facing dog. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your heart towards the earth. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Reach your heart towards the sky. And exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your heart towards the earth. Beautiful. Come down onto the knees and stand up on your knees if that's okay. You can always place a blanket under the knees if you need to. Place the hands down onto the low back and squeeze the glutes, creating a shelf. Start to pull your elbows together as you lift your heart up towards the sky, gently leaning backwards. Keep squeezing the glutes, even pulling the low ribs in towards the spine. Reach your heart towards the sky and slowly come back to center. Sitting down and releasing your forehead onto the mat into another version of child's pose. Arms can be down beside the body. Take a moment to let everything go. To come out of child's pose, bring your fingertips to the mat in front of you, slowly curling up through the spine. And then we'll switch over onto our seats. Keep the knees bent and laid down and back, setting up for bridge pose. Step the feet to hip width distance, bringing them a couple inches away from the sit bones. Hands are down beside the body, palms facing down. We'll inhale to lift the hips towards the sky. Keep the knees at hip width distance. Squeeze the glutes and lift your hips as high as you can. If it's available to you, bring the hands together underneath your body and roll one shoulder back at a time. Feel the opening in the heart. This is a great posture for placing a gentle compression on the thyroid gland, helping with metabolism. Release your hips. Release your hands. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall to either side of the room. Bring both hands onto your heart. And I invite you to close your eyes. Bring all of your attention inside your body. Taking this moment to connect fully to your heart. And coming back to the intention you set at the beginning of class. Slowly bring the knees together. Grab onto your shins. Tuck into a nice tight ball. Try to lift your nose towards your knees. It might even feel good to gently rock side to side. When that feels complete, release your shins and extend both the legs out onto the mat. I invite you to make any final adjustments now that your body might be calling for in order for you to be completely relaxed and completely comfortable. If your eyes are not already closed, I invite you to close them. Give yourself permission to be completely relaxed. Laying in your Shavasana as long as you need to. And when you're ready to come out, roll over onto your side and pause in the fetal position. Pause for as long as you need to before coming to a comfortable seat. And when you're ready to seal your practice, bring hands to heart center, bow the forehead. And I'm sending my deepest gratitude to you for sharing your energy and your time with me today, and for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.